Hello, everybody. Hoping you're all having a good day. Okay, I'm going to be playing some more Final Fantasy XIV, as I have been doing for a while now. Give me a moment, because I just realized I did not alter my game capture. There we go. Yep, playing some more Final Fantasy XIV, continuing on with the story. So let me just pause out this music real quick. And we'll get right into it. Go, and in we go. Side later, as I usually do. Alright. Where did we leave off? Oh yeah. We got some more of our friends back. We're still missing a couple of them. But a good chunk of them are coming back now, so that's good. We got Flamen back. Along with Hori Boulder and Colinet. I guess would be how you pronounce his name. Ah yes, and I had to do World of the Mother, which is I have to go into an advanced dungeon, hard dungeon, and complete it. Thancred and Cryle I'm having to redo their voices again. Thancred and Cryle contacted us a short while ago. It would seem that their foray into Castrum Meridianum bore fruit. They asked that we rendezvous with them and Y'shtola in Idleshire. Where they will share their findings. Rude though it may be to depart without speaking to the other guests without speaking to the guest of honor, I expect she will forgive us, or she will forgive me if I return with her daughter. That's fair. You know, like where did they go? We walked back in. Sorry we were late. Okay. Go. One thing. My apologies. I see I am the last to arrive. So, what news have you for us? Well, as we postulated, there were indeed what appeared to be the remnants of an unexplained disturbance in the aether at the scene of the Ultima weapon's destruction. A ripple at odds with the presiding pattern. Though faint, the waveforms bore a strange resemblance to those observed following the destruction of the Isles of Val. And I believe Heidelin shielded me with the blessing of the light. To confirm our findings, I paid a visit to Thildi aqueducts. There we detected the same waveform, but orders of magnitude larger, as one would expect from a more recent disturbance. Heidelin, there is no other explanation. Getting bad at voices now. Not good. There is more, but there is more. When I studied the site where Y'shtola used flow, it appeared that not two, but three beings had been affected. Yet, unlike Y'shtola and Thancred, there was no trail to follow. Our unknown third party was simply there. And then not there. Now recall your visions of a vast crystal floating in the sea of aether. Though, uh, though this too is but a theory, studies have studies of gifted subjects suggest that when communing with Heidelin, we briefly leave our bodies behind. But let us consider the facts. 1. Heidelin interceded. 2. A third being was caught in Y'shtola's flow and vanished without a trace. And 3. Heidelin may have the capacity to summon the consciousness of gifted individuals to her side. You are implying, I take it, that Heidelin guided Minfilia into the compass of my magics? That she might summon her body and soul onto the ethereal sea? In which case, we must needs continue our search there. For a blessing, the means to do so already exists. I speak of the Antitower, a Charlian construct conceived to provide scholars a vantage point over the ethereal sea. Though I know not where its entrance lies, we need only ask its last custodian, a contrarial crone who, for another blessing, refused to join the Exodus. Master Matoya was the keeper of the Antitower? I had no idea. Then our course is clear. We must petition her aid at once. Or once again. Alright. I'm just gonna... Let's stop on that one. Yeah, I've been keeping up with all the stuff for this game. The new classes look good. I'm glad that they're finally adding female Hrothgar. Been a hot minute. Yeah, I can fly. But yeah, stuff looks good. The new stuff for Dawn Trail looks amazing. I'm excited for it. One reason why I want to try and get all of this done before, you know, Dawn Trail comes out. Reason why I've been gone the last few days is I just haven't been feeling too great. Feeling better now, but the breaks have been not so good on my memory of voices. But it is what it is, and I'll just continue moving on. Moving forward. I like that little blimp. Enter Matoya's cave. Here we go. Oh, surprise. Well, what secrets have you come to extract from me this time? Ah, though it pains me to admit it, your words strike close to the mark. We humbly ask that you grant us entry to the antitower, that we might use it to seek a friend we believe has been transported to the ethereal sea. And who told you I could do such a thing, I wonder? The tower was abandoned to the magical keepers 15 years ago. They have the run of the place now. If that is no deterrent to you, then by all means. Is that all? I felt sure you would seek to dissuade us from our course, given your role as custodian. A role? Hardly. The Forum foisted the title on me. During the Exodus, every entrance to the Antitower was sealed save one. My role consists of making sure no one with ill intent sneaks through it. Such was the Forum's final order to me. Well, I can remove the ward right now. Will you be going or not? We will, Master Montoya. Or Master Matoya. We will do whatever it takes to find Minfilia. Well, see about that. We'll see about that. You, Valdesian girl. You're staying here to help me. Or you're staying here with me. I need your help to restore the ward to their original state. The rest of you can go. On the condition that you clean up the mess in the tower. If you encounter any unruly familiars, you're to tend to them. Those are my terms, and I'll hear no argument. All right. Well, it appears the mistress has spoken. Lead the way, you Malai. Alright, now I can do the anti-tower. I'm gonna do it as a trust because I have to relearn how to be a tank. And commence. Whoa. That flip actually messed me up a little bit there. Thank you for the shout out. Oh, that was December. God damn it. I need to read dates before I mention anything. Alright, let's go in. Good to activate that. Use AoEs when there's multiple two or more enemies. Otherwise, use solo attacks. They're all targeting the same thing, so... Alright, just keep hitting them. Job of the tank. Consume damage. Prevent my team from going down. What you gotta do. Whee! We just pop that to get some
away with you.
right fist. Keep hitting them and preventing allies from getting hit. To the best of my ability. I gotta get up there. Yeah, this is one of the dungeons that you can't wall-to-wall pull.
Away with you.
Gotta keep hitting them until they go down. Alright. First boss of the dungeon. Here we go. Oh yeah, this one. If I remember correctly, this one's a bit complicated, but I don't remember how complicated it is. Oh, I see. I'm supposed to move out of that. Good to know.
Focus. Release.
Now. Got a concussion. There we go. That's some good damage right there. Alright, took him down. Piece of healing? Okay then. I just realized that it was small. It was almost smallest to largest. Actually, no, I'm slightly larger than Thancred. So it was smallest to largest in order because it was me, Thancred, Y'shtola, Alphino. They could have even added the carbuncle in there and it would have been a perfect scale. Well, don't want to get tipped by those. Oh, the audio sounds so weird in here. Keep hitting the entire crowd. Okay, that's good to know. You gotta pick them all out before Orc arrive. The audio just sounds so weird in here, though. Come on, don't summon another set. Okay, good. Start with the big one in the middle and move outward. One thing that makes Gunbreaker here really good is that second single target ability, Brutal Shell. It heals me and gives me a shield for the same amount of damage I healed. Alright, Doorkeeper, go bye-bye. On.
Like this! Release! Away with you! Focus. Release!
Focus and release, apparently. Alright. We'll spring on a giant crystal. Okay. Oh, he creates rocks and then uses those abilities. Oh, that dealt some damage.
Focus. Release.
Alright. Is that any better than what I got? Is that elegant hairpin? Yeah. Oh no, Dravanian hairpin offending. Worse than what I have. Good to know. The only stuff that make it replaces these. I had those and aim for the wind-up mages first. Now the wind-up Viking. This wind-up Viking. Seems like right at half health I use one of their AoEs. Good to know. Also, we're in an upside-down staircase. Upside-down building. Those are chairs up there. Oh, before I touch that.
There. Away with you. Focus. Release.
Alright, yeah, you got a damage buff. That's gonna suck for me. And he's down. Oh, left. On. There we go. Oh, there's gonna be more of them, so that's fun.
Away with you!
Ow. Not a lot to talk about with these wind-up enemies. Come on. Just
Try this!
alright, just a Viking left. Let me just grab that real quick. That real quick. Earring offending. I don't use any of the earrings I get. I have a really good one. That'll last me till level 80. Oh jeez. Blue, 3 red. This ain't creepy at all. Usually when a boss is that easier, it gets a lot harder. One giant doll? How did I know? One giant really fucking creepy doll.
Away with you!
Oh. Didn't notice my first one was still up.
Focus. Release! Like this! Away with you!
When does this end? Oh, confused. That hurt a little.
Try this!
Oh good, let's turn into a doll. Alright, beat it. Giant creepy doll creature. Just turns back into 6 dolls. And all the Charlian symbols around. How will they know if we become an ancient race? How will they know that we're the Charlians? I don't know, but like nautiloid symbols all over the place. Every 2 inches there should be one. Only way to do it, apparently. All right.
Hear, feel, think.
It's not creepy at all. You know it's Heidelin calling upon us, but still.
Through time and space hast thou journeyed unto me, as I knew thou wouldst. We are the word of the mother. We, who were once called Minfilia. Much time hath passed for thee since the bloody banquet, since I hearkened to her word. Mother, Heidelin, guided me towards Y'shtola and Thancred, that I might be swept up in their flow and delivered unto the ethereal sea.
That's not good.
There, adrift and alone, her voice silent once more, I prayed for those we had lost, for those we can yet save. To her I would make an offering. We speak now with one voice, one will, one word. Unto thee we bequeath the most precious of gifts, the truth which lieth at the heart of this world. Thus do we beseech thee once more. Hear, feel, think. Before there was life, in the depths of the ethereal sea, light and dark did once dwell as one.
This is
But
kind of
the
badass.
darkness coveted power, and the balance was broken. Thus was I forced to banish him unto the distant heavens, to forever remain apart, a moon bound. In sundering the star did we cry out, and the barriers twixt planes chanced to falter. Across 10 and 3 were we then divided, reflections of the source, each possessed of a shard. Zodiac longeth to be made whole. For his restoration, for his resurrection, his servants labor without cease. They seek to tear down the barriers which surround the source. Thus
That's not good.
do they rejoice in their ardor, in your calamities, for each marks a rejoining. Seven times have they succeeded. 7 times hath the darkness grown stronger. 7 times have I failed. The Ascians cannot be suffered to continue. This is my final. The crystal's power is all but spent. With what remains, I will return you to the shore of the ethereal sea.
It's no good.
Blessed children, go forth and seek. Seek.
That's not good.
You've had another vision, haven't you? Let us return to Master Matoya's cave. Everyone will wish to hear what you saw.
Long blink with nod.
Still in one piece, are we? Well, did you learn anything?
The word of the mother? I'm not sure I understand.
Nor am I. Cryle? As unbelievable as it sounds, I see no reason to doubt her. The word's tale. No one was more sensitive to the will of Hydaelyn than Menphilia. And If Heidelin has grown so weak that she can barely make herself heard, it is not hard to see why Minfilia, having joined with her, might struggle to maintain her own form.
What? Why would she need to maintain her own form? Are you saying... Are you saying she's gone?
Not good.
But that cannot be! Not now. Not after all we have accomplished. We were meant to usher in the dawn's light together.
She threw herself on the fire to fuel your dawn's light, boy. You'll just have to usher it in on your own.
Must you be so ungentle?
Tell me about the Scions, boy.
The Scions of the Seventh Dawn lay before Eorzea's salvation. Whenever the realm is threatened, be it by Primal, Ascian, Garlean, or any other, we take up arms in her defense, that all in Eorzea may live to see a brighter tomorrow.
And that's very noble of you. But in chasing after these lofty goals of yours, you seem to have lost sight of some basic truths. To win a war, you must be willing to do whatever it takes. To fight, to kill, and if necessary, to die. The path you've chosen is paved with the dead. Walk it with your eyes open, or not at all.
I know the truth of which you speak, and have from the first. If the Ascians will go to any length to resurrect their god, then we must needs be as committed to our cause, to unmask them and their schemes, and to crush them both utterly. Come, there is much to be done.
Yes, of course.
Thancred, wait!
Yeah, Thancred is not taking it too well.
No, this is all wrong.
Yeah, it's not going well. She's not coming back, is she? She did what she thought best. I know that, I do. To give all for her beliefs was ever her way. So will we, as we must. What greater calling could there be than to stand against the dark as defenders of the light? And yet, where does it end? The sacrifice. Where does it end? The sacrifice, the loss. Real Pororogo. I must ask that you not breathe a word of this to the others at the Rising Stones, especially Flamen. I will brief Totaru on what we have learned, as well as Urianger. he may have insight into the world, into what the word told us. As for you, Yumalai, after all you have done, I would say you have earned a rest. But speaking of well-earned rewards, I received a missive from Sir Emmerich. While we were away, it would seem he is planning a ceremony of some sort, and would like you to attend. He would not divulge the details, preferring instead to explain in person. Mayhap you should pay him a visit. Right. Back to Colonart. The Foundation. Speak with Sir Emmerich. It's like Colonart. Porthos. I don't know why I say Colonart. My brain's dead. Back to the Foundation within Elsbard, Ishgard. Too many fantasy name stuffs going through my head. None of them working together. Master Silky, Lord Commander left instructions as that you would to be shown it.
A pleasure to see you again, my friend. I take it you received our invitation. Good, good. You of all people should be present.
Confusion.
When the true brothers of the faith seized control of the vault, I feared the worst. Yet in adversity were we blessed with the promise of peace between man and dragon through Vidofnir's timely rescue of an innocent child. Timely, I say, though miraculous or providential might better describe the event. The gods themselves could not have devised a more fitting symbol of hope. Needless to say, we could scarce let such an opportunity pass us by. Which is why I set about making formal arrangements for a peace conference between our peoples.
That is great.
You and yours have done more to bring us together than any, and it is only right that you attend. But I confess that is not the only reason I would be glad to have you there. Given Nidhogg's implacable opposition to the peace, it is possible that he and his followers may attempt to disrupt proceedings, in which event your presence would be a comfort to all in attendance.
That's fair.
Pray understand, I have no wish to invite the Worm's ire. But if our fractured nation is to heal, if we are to move forward as a people united, then we must do whatever is necessary to bring about lasting change.
Yeah, that's fair.
Tis nothing. Tis nothing. Lucia cautioned me against giving vent to my passions, lest my wounds reopen.
That's valid.
It has not been easy reaching out to our opponents in Ishgard, many of whom sympathized with the actions of the true brothers. But in so doing, we have limited the influence of the zealots.
That's good.
The people are ready, my friend. This conference must go ahead. I knew you would understand. The conference will take place on the border of Ishgardian and Dravanian territory in Falcon's Nest. Lucia is there, seeing to the final preparations, even as we speak. Pray join her at your earliest convenience. 'Twould not do for the guest of honor to arrive late, after all.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, and one more thing. A drink. We should make time for one. Once the conference is concluded, I mean. By my reckoning, 'tis long overdue.
Yeah. All right. Why not? Let's... Wait, why am I doing that? Just run over here, I can get there. Just right click here and... Oh no, you can't. I actually have to just work my way out. Either go down there and talk to them or fly out. Let's see, does it allow me to fly out now? Looks like it do. All right. The Lord Commander said you would. Lord Commander said you would come. Well, trying to get her voice back. As you can see, preparations for the conference are proceeding apace. Mark well the curtain above. It conceals a relief that will be unveiled during the conference. Masons labored day and night to see it finished on schedule. Sir Emmerich wanted a symbol which which would endure long enough after this conference is concluded, or long after this conference is concluded. I think he will be pleased with the result. It is not my war, but I made it mine. And to see it draw closer to a resolution fills me with a strange hope. His faith is infectious, is it not? His certainty that we can be better than we are. Forgive me, I am rambling. You must be tired from your journey. Go rest, and I will not. Go rest. I will not keep you. All right. If you would rather not take a rest, then why not take a walk around Falcon's Nest? Make your presence known to the people and so forth. In addition to those who have come far and wide to attend this ceremony, you may meet Lord Ortiel and Emma Lane, who have graciously volunteered their services. They should be glad to see you. Now, if you would excuse me, I must needs return to my duties. Understood. Speak to people here. Let's talk to Rolf first. Totally exciting, isn't it? Not just peace with the dragons, but with all them heretics besides. Don't misunderstand. We've all got a healthy fear of being bathed in dragon fire. That being said, the heretics did far more to hinder our efforts here in the past. So hearing that we're close to reconciliation comes as a great relief. Do you know when everything's set to begin? I wasn't sure how many might come, so I thought it best to come early and find a spot with a great view. When I heard that Sir Emmerich was planning to make a speech, I knew I couldn't miss it. I mean, the man risked his own neck to rescue those hostages. How often do we get heroes like that in this day and age? And he's more than a fighter too. He's a thinker. He is. He's got plans to better our lives, to change things, and he'll do it by the Fury. Me and my friends and family, we all believe he can do it. Right, Dr. Redwald? Redwald? I'm glad to see that the rumors were true. Well met, Master Silky. And fear not. I've no intention of begging your aid with this or that. Everything appears to be in order. My only lingering concern is that one of the convictors might not have been informed of our plan. As I recall, Vidolfnir may pass directly over their encampment. The last thing we need is a glory-seeking nobleman attempting to slay a Dravanian ambassador to a peace conference. Yeah, that would not go over well. It would go over very poorly. How much has changed since we fought alongside each other in the vault. If you had told me that then that we would soon be hosting a peace conference, I would have thought you a naive fool. Yet here we are, preparing to make that fantasy a reality. Ah, and here I am, laboring to make it so. Lord Altoil, if I may. Certainly, First Commander. How may I be of service? Some of the convictors are refusing to stand down. The majority were willing to do so, but a small party has instead pledged to engage any Dravanian bound for Falcon's Nest. Fury, take me. They would defy Sir Emmerich's commands? If they dare attack Vidolfnir, it will not come to that. But to see that it does not, we must needs hasten their encampment. They should be far more reluctant to oppose us were a Lord of House Fort Holmes present. I understand completely. Let us depart at once. But ere we do, I must ask, would you look after Madeleine while I am away? As you know, he has ever been an impulsive, challengeable child. But recently he seems to have been suffering from a bout of melancholy. I thought to lift his spirits by having him assist with guard duty, a simple but honorable charge. Unlikely to expose him to danger given his presence, given the presence of so many other knights. Alas, he has taken no interest, and I fear he may abandon his post in my absence. All I ask is that you keep an eye on him until I return, exhausting though it may be. Thank you, my friend. I promise we will not be long. We talked to Madeleine over here. I'm rather busy at the moment. Oh, I'm rather busy at the moment, old boy. Guarding the tavern, as it were. Oh, I see now. Artoel. Thought I might be derelict in my duties, eh? The nerve of my brother to question my dedication. But since you are here, mayhap I could put you to proper use. The wasteland beyond the walls must be kept safe for travelers. Yet I have been forbidden from leaving Falcon's Nest. It wouldn't do for our esteemed guest to be devoured by wolves. Oh no. Yet that is precisely what will happen if we do not cull the roaming packs. Your map, if I may. Right there. Those are the points our scouts marked for patrol. I'll leave you to it, old boy. Come. I guess Honoré. Come, Honoré. I must return to my rounds. Oh dear. Do be careful, my lord. Forgot to, little frog friend. Woohoo! Fly away. There and there. Closer. Actually, go to the farther one first, then return closer. Oh. Stop too early. Not that those enemies are actually going to try and touch me, because... well, I'm a lot higher level than them. Big damage. Need to hop on here. Up here. There we go. Standing watch. Let me just detonate this guy. There we go. Let's fly this way again. Whee! Yumalai Silky, Wolf's Bane. It pleases me to inform you that I have completed my rounds, and that all is well in Falcon's Nest. Oh, and there was a grizzled fellow looking for you. I know, you know, the one who made the arsonist confess? Clever, that. Thancred, was it? He was asking after you. Anyway, once I noticed the garish weapon he was sporting, I deemed it a waste to leave him be. I dispatched him to an area I neglected to mark on your map, yes? Yes, this one. If you hurry, he might still be there. God damn it. God damn it, Amanda Lane. Pretty sure that's actually supposed to be his work that I'm doing. And he just slopped some of it onto Thancred too. And going down. Ah, there's Thancred. Fancy meeting you here, Yumalai. It was fortunate I came when I did. These two would not have fared well against the wolves on their own. The young lord wasted no time taking advantage of you, did he? And me, I suppose. Let us return to Falcon's Nest. Return to Falcon's Nest then. And see what other thrilling tasks he may have for us. Fair enough. Up we go. Back and forth. That's the job of the hero of light. The warrior of light. Hero of Eorzea. Defeater of Nidhogg. Like, I've done so much for the world, now I'm still running errands. God damn. Okay. And there they are, a pair of gallant heroes, if I ever saw them, comrades in arms, reunited at last. By your selfless sacrifice have you guaranteed the safety of many guests. On behalf of Ishgard, I thank you both. And with that, there is naught left to do but to enjoy our well-earned respite. Yes. Our well-earned respite. Which one sells for more? 936. Oh, this should, of course, go without saying. But let's keep those few favors between us, yes? Autriel wouldn't understand. Right then. The first floor of those barracks has been converted into a tavern for the duration of the conference. Why don't you go and have something to eat? Once a suggestion with which I agree. Go ahead, Yumalai. I will join you anon.
Welcome, welcome. Find yourself an empty seat and I'll be with you in a moment. Cold out, isn't it? Here, a mug on the house. Let's get some colour back in them cheeks. Freed food will be a bit longer than usual. We've got a lot of hungry folk to feed, what with the conference and all.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, so many people with cause to celebrate. To think there could be peace in our time, after all them years of fighting. When I heard about the conference, I knew I had to come. I knew I had to be here, to do my bit. My husband, he died fighting the dragons, you see. And here we are, about to break bread with him.
Not a bad feeling about her.
You all right, my lord? You look tired. Reckon you could do with a good long rest? After all you've done, I'd say you've earned it. Sleep now. Sleep. Sleep and leave us to our affairs.
This ain't good.
This was never your fight.
My son. They told me he walks in Alone's halls. Him and the rest of his unit.
They told me the same.
I expect they think it's comforting. Every time I come, I cry. I cannot bear to remember, but to forget would be 1,000 times worse. Yet that is what they would have us do. Accept this truth for the sake of peace. Bury the past and look to the future. But he was my future. My flesh and blood. My heart.
Is this it? We're the only ones with the courage to oppose this madness? Cowards, a lot of them.
They think only of the prize, of the peace Sir Emmerich promises them. They know in their hearts it's a lie, but they go along with it anyway, desperate fools. But not I. Not I! I see the worm that killed my brother in my dreams every night, and I will not rest until he lies broken at my feet. Him and every last one of his accursed kin.
See where
All
they're
this
coming from, but
nonsense about Kings of Eld, as if I care what they did or didn't do. Makes no difference to me and mine. Have the dragons sued for peace in 1,000 years? Are they bollocks? It's a bloody ruse is what it is, and Sir Emmerich and the rest of them bloody fallen for it.
But what can we do? They believe, and naught we can say will ever change their minds. Whether we like it or not, man and dragon will come together at Vulcan's Nest, and all will be forgiven. Forgiven and forgotten.
No. I will not let that happen. They will remember the true face of the enemy. I will show it to them. And we will rise up against them once more.
Hey! Hey! This is no time for napping. Do you have your wits about you? Good. Come with me. We have a crisis on our hands.
yep.
Hear me, brothers and sisters. Do not be fooled by the honeyed words of the Dravarnians. The peace they promise is but a prelude to slaughter. Remember your husbands and wives never returned from war. Your children torn apart by fang and claw. All your loved ones shown no mercy. Does not your heart cry out for vengeance? Your blood boil at the injustice? Remember the face of your enemy, brothers and sisters. Remember it, and strike back!
You there! Don't just stand around gawping! Do something, man! Stop her! Yes, yes, my lord.
See? See here the true nature of the Highborn. With lies and deception they lead us to our doom. And dare we raise our voices in dissent? Death is our reward. This is the choice they have given us, brothers and sisters. Death by Dragon's Fang, or death by Nobleman's command. Death to all we hold dear. I spit on your choices, noblemen! You will take no more from me! No more! No more!
What have you done?
I only did as you ordered, my lord.
Yeah.
I gave no such order. I did not. I never meant for anyone to...
This ain't good. I dare say that could not have played out any worse. Given that the first commander and Lord Artuel are not here to take control of the situation. I spoke with a messenger who said that they would be returning shortly, but until they do, naught will be done. Lord Manolane has retreated to the barracks and is refusing to speak to anyone. Therefore, it falls to us to ensure that order has been fully restored. Now, let us walk the streets and speak with the people. My wife and I fell while fleeing with the others at first. The Trinitans tended to our bruises afterwards. Those mad fools have ruined everything. And for what? Of course, it's a highborn merchant, so... They were wrong to resort to violence, but when I heard her speak, her words were like a dagger in my heart. Who are we to decide that enough is enough? That their calls for justice can never be answered? Will this be the end of it? Or will there be others like them and the true brothers? I do not want to bear steel against my kinsmen ever again. I do not know if I ever can. Or even can, sorry. Clang, clang, clang. I'd heard the rumors that the young lord was a drunken fool. What imbecile thought it would be a good idea to let him have the run of Falcon's Nest? Well, I say him and Sir Emmerich take their bloody chains and shove it up their arses. I'll not be taken in by that rot again. Only thing I can say to counter that is her whole thing was that we lost so many da da da. It's like, yes, and so did the dragons. You attack the dragons, they attack you, back and forth, that's war. To not want peace because you've lost people in war is asinine. Well, what say you? So the violence has passed. The people are far from recovered. That is to be expected. For the moment, it appears that no innocents were harmed by the guards, and the blame for all the casualties can be placed upon squarely upon the protesters. Nevertheless, the people will not soon forget the image of a young lordling ordering the public execution of an unarmed protester, one whose words resonated with the hearts of many. After all, who among us has not lost loved ones? Those look really cool. I want to. Oh yeah, that's a cool looking katana sheath. Just it's a sick blade too. Damn. I'm taking that because I don't play any of the other classes. Lord Arturel and the first commander should have returned by now. To the tavern, then. Their first order of business will be to speak with Lord Emman Lane. And I somehow doubt that he has moved an ilm since last we saw him. Yeah. Right, gotta get over here to the tavern. My apologies, Yumalai. I bear full responsibility for this debacle. There will be no, there will be no time. Yeah. There will be time for that later. I, for one, am more concerned about picking up the pieces. What do we know? According to initial reports, the protest was orchestrated by the young woman who Lord Madeleine ordered shot. She had her conspirators infiltrate Falcon's Nest, posing as servants and guests. Several were taken alive, others resisted, and were struck down. Still others took their own lives. Our forces suffered casualties as well, but by the grace of the Fury, no civilians were seriously injured. Still, more remarkably, the ringleader yet lives, for the time being at least. The Chirurgeons are doing what they can for her, but she may not live through the night. Given their impeccable timing, it is like the convictors who drew us away from the hamlet were in league with protesters. Accordingly, we have detained them for questioning. I'll be sworn. I'll be sworn that these villains spent as much effort plotting the failure of this peace conference as we did in its success. Well, if the mood in the hamlet is any indication, there has been the more fruitful labor. Theirs has been the more fruitful labor. In the wake of the protests, the people seem disillusioned. You spoke to them then? I see. Sir Emmerich placed his trust in me. It will be difficult to explain what has happened here. Remember how far we have come, First Commander. The people's faith may be shaken, but we convinced them before, and will do so again. If we can but find a means to remind them, to show them once more the promise that change holds for all, then this tragedy too shall pass into the past. We must pray